Hi, welcome to today's aftermarket analysis journal. This one's coming out pretty early compared to the last two and just in general. But I really wanted to make this so I could be guaranteed I made this. So basically today, not good. So we'll get into it. So going to the day, we had 10 a.m. news. I didn't really get on the charts till around like 8:30, 8:40, but then even then I knew we had the news at 10. So I knew that we had this sell side level up here. And then as you can see, we didn't touch it. Started to come down. But just looking at the higher time frames, like the 4 hour, for example, we're bullish. And again, it looks like we're coming to reach up to potentially all-time highs, but I'm not, again, that's too far out to look at. So I'm just looking at, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. It's showing that, we're still bullish, especially because I want to see this buy side level taken out, which again, we didn't take out. We ended up leaving it a couple points out, or not even, sorry. It looked like it. Yeah, like a few points we were off. So yeah, we then ended up coming down, having a move down, taking out sell side level, disrespecting these fair value gaps, and then we started to see here that we were holding a 5 minute, which we actually kind of did close below it, but we were showing a sign up, which now kind of looking at it could have literally just been like a retracement, but we didn't even tap into equilibrium. But that's the thing. Even if we did, um, the equilibrium would have been like right by this equal highs and then this inverse. Plus, I would have taken off um my first contract right here, and then we would have already take profit, which as you can see did not hit. So yeah, basically ended up taking the inverse off this 1 minute right here. I had stopped right here, but I got stopped out pretty soon, or sorry, I got stopped out early on this account because, as you guys know from the last video, this account was like $400 away from being liquidated, and so I went in heavy. I guess heavy, which is two cons on this account, ended up being liquidated or about right there. Um, but then I eventually entered on my other two Top Steps accounts right here. After I saw we were kind of like, as soon as we swept this low, we end up coming up. So I end up entering right about here, and then with one contract on each account, and I wanted to see us retrace, because again, it's like I wanted to take a limit order right here and then have runners run to here if anything, because it's not like I wasn't confident in this trade. I just wasn't confident that I'm just holding one contract all the way up until here. So I wanted to wait till like a retracement, which we did get, or we showed a fair value gap. Oh, I don't have magnet mode on. Fair value gap right here. So as soon as we tapped into it, we were tapping. So I entered, and of course, as soon as I had entered, we had dumped, and that moves my entry up higher, or my average fill. And so I ended up taking, way bigger loss than I wanted to and all that. And it just kind of messed with my psychology, which I haven't really got this in a while. And then I entered again, and then we took a really big loss. And so, um, basically, yeah, not good. This week has been very test on my like a very big test on my psychology, which I obviously thought I fully had, like, obviously I'm not perfect, but I thought I kind of had it under control. But I guess there's still more work to be done, as this week was a test just because of the fact that we had the no news, and then that kind of, as always in the past, messed with me, where when I finally do trade and then I don't get the trades, and then it just, yeah, it's not good. I mean, again, it wasn't really like trying to get back money or anything like that. What really messes with me, which I think going forward is going to be a new rule I'm going to have in place, is just when I fill in a spot to try to get more contracts on, because I didn't get it the first time, and I think it's going to be a good fill. And then just because it was like, I'd get filled here, take off here, and then, as I said before, leave runner till equal high. It always messes with me, especially when it reverses, because even if or even if I didn't have the average and I just got stopped at break even, it would have been way better for me knowing that, okay, I got stopped at break even, like I'm done, blah blah blah. But when I'm up a decent amount, which I was up like 400, and then I tried to average in, that brings my average higher, and then um, I get, I take a loss, that just kind of messes with me. And I know some people can do that where they can average in and fill, and I guess later, like with market experience and stuff like that, it will come. But I think as of right now, it's still not a good thing for me to do. And I haven't done it in a while, so I wanted to test it out. And yeah, it's just obviously it would have been great if it worked out, but most of the time I do that, it doesn't work out for me, and it really messes with me, especially when I'm up that much. So going forward, I will not be doing that until I could back test it and eventually prove, or just later with market experience be able to do that. But yeah, so I that's like a rule I'm putting in place. But yeah, basically 0 and 3 on the day, and that's another rule going forward. Which I've kind of had is like I should only be taking 2 trades. But that third one just literally came out. It's like when you look back and realize what the heck did I just do, and like what yeah, like I wasn't thinking in that moment when doing it. So it's like it wasn't until you look back and you're like, holy shit, like what did I do? And then you realize like, you were not thinking in that process. So yeah, it's definitely very like opening, and something I have to work on. And again, so I do this. I'm not a perfect trader. I never claim to be perfect or anything like that, but yeah, that's what we are looking at for the day. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm obviously not going to take anything going forward. It's very, yeah, very not a good idea today. So not going to look at PM or anything like that. So that's why I'm making this early. And then hopefully coming into next week, I can just get back and check and, not do stupid shit. But looking at next week's news, you know, PMI and CPI is something days you kind of have to be, at least like personally, is something days I have to be careful about, because I know price action can tend to be kind of shitty, but it could also be like, I don't know, it does move, but after those moves, sometimes we could just chop around. But I would say like in general, next week's a pretty good week. Just got to be careful on PMI and CPI days. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So hopefully I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we'll have a much better week next week. And then yeah, that's pretty much it.